أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي أما بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم أأمنتم من في السماء أن يخسف بكم الأرض فإذا هي تمور أم أمنتم من في السماء أن يرسل عليكم حاصبا فستعلمون كيف نذير ولقد كذب الذين من قبلهم فكيف كان نكير أولم يروا إلى الطير فوقهم صافات ويقبضن ما يمسكهن إلا الرحمن إنه بكل شيء بصير. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, أَأَمِنْتُمْ مَنْ فِي السَّمَاءِ أَنْ يَكْسِفَ بِكُمُ الْأَرْضَ فَإِذَا هِيَ تَمُورُ. Do you feel secure that the one who is in heaven will not cause the earth to swallow you up as it quakes violently? أم أمنتم من في السماء أن يرسل عليكم حاصبا فستعلمون كيف نذير. Or do you feel secure that the one who is in heaven will not unleash upon you a storm of stones? Only then would you know how serious my warning was. وَلَقَدْ كَذَّبَ الَّذِينَ مِنْ قَبْلِهِمْ فَكَيْفَ كَانَ نَكِيرٌ. Restart, please. Allah said, and certainly those before them denied as well. Then how severe was my response? Restart everything. The tablet itself. أَوَلَمْ يَرُوا إِلَى الطَّيْرِ فَوْقَهُمْ صَافَّاتٍ وَيَقْبِضْنِ مَا يُمْسِكُهُنَّ إِلَّا الرَّحْمَنِ إِنَّهُ بِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ بَصِيرٌ. Have they not seen the birds above them, spreading and folding their wings? None holds them up except the most compassionate. Indeed, he is all-seeing of everything. Yesterday, we talked about natural disaster, and so many people think they just occur by themselves and not realizing they come from Allah. We talked about earthquake, we talked about storms, we talked about hurricane and the likes. So Allah said, to round that up, Allah said, وَلَقَدْ كَذَّبَ الَّذِينَ مِنْ قَبْلِهِمْ. Those before them also belied and أرسلنا عليه حاصبا. Some of them were sent storms. ومنهم من خسفنا به الأرض. Some of them were made to be swallowed by the earth. ومنهم من أغرقنا. Some of them were drowned in the ocean. فما كان الله ليظلمهم ولكن كانوا أنفسهم يظلمون. Allah did not wrong them, but they wronged themselves. So we close that chapter. Now we want to talk about bed. Allah said, أَوَلَمْ يَرُوا. Can they not see? Can they not see إِلَى الطَّيْرِ? Can they not see the birds? فَوْقَهُمْ, that are flying above them. صَافَّاتٍ, in rows. Can they not see birds flying above them in rows? وَيَقْبِضْنَ, and folding their wings. مَا يُمْسِكُهُنَّ إِلَّا الرَّحْمَنِ. None holds them except the most compassionate, except Allah. إِنَّهُ بِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ بَصِيرٌ. And Allah is seeing everything. So Allah said, can they not see the bed? Allah wants us to think about bed. What do we know about beds? To begin with, the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, لَوْ أَنْتُمْ تَتَوَكَّلُونَ عَلَى اللَّهِ حَقَّ تَوَكُّلِهِ. If you rely upon Allah. You depend on Allah the way it should be depended upon. He said, La rozakokum kama yurzaku toir. Allah would have provided for you like He provides for bed. What does that mean? He said, because birds go out on empty stomach and they come in with full tummy. They go out with on empty stomach, they have no food, but by the time they come back in, their tummy is full. Our scholars said that we understand the meaning of tawakkul from this hadith. Tawakkul means that you do your own part, tie your camel, and rely upon Allah. So birds that want to rely upon Allah did not sit in the nest expecting food to come. So he went out to search for food, and Allah provides. So if you are unemployed, if you are looking for a job, you don't stay at home not applying for a job. Don't expect job to come and meet you. No. You have to keep searching, applying. Sometimes you may have to apply for 300 jobs before you get five interviews. The rate is that poor. Is that poor? Sometimes you even have to go beyond ordinary application. You need to call the manager of the company. You know where after each application you may see for further inquiry about this post, you can contact this person. You have to go there and look for the number and call the recruiting manager. I'm interested in this job. Some of them, you have made their job easy just by being proactive and going to them. Sometimes you just need to walk out and go to a takeaway. I need job. I need the job. Do you have something to give me? You have to be proactive. The birds are proactive. Don't sit in your nest. Think about different things you can do. Go out. We said it last week, 2 days ago. Farm shoe. Allah said, walk on the path of the earth. Walk on the road. Wakulu min rizqi, and eat from the provision of Allah. So, if you are looking for a job, if you are looking to put food on your table, you have to be proactive. Don't expect food to come and meet you at home. The job don't come that way. So you go out searching for food, searching for job, and then you rely upon Allah that Allah is going to be sufficient for you. That is the correct meaning of tawakkul. Try your own part and rely on Allah. That is the first thing. But in this verse, Allah is talking about the flight of bird. How they fly. Allah said, can't you see birds above you? They are in rows. They are in rows. وَيَكُبِدْنَ, and they lower their wings. So there is a way they manipulate their wings. Okay? So what can you learn from this flying of the birds? Scientists, they discover that birds don't just go out of their nest. Before they go out, they study the weather condition. Is the weather favorable? Is the weather favorable? So if the weather is favorable, they go. If it's not, they stay. So you too, you must know when to fight and when to stop. You must know when to take action and when to be cautious. Some people, the moment something comes to their mind, they just jump into action without studying the situation. You have to be meticulous. Is it the right time to strike? Is it the right time to take action? Or you need to give it some time to calm down. So before birds go out, they study the situation before they go out. They only go out when it is favorable for them. That is the first thing. So preparation and timing. Anything you want to do, make sure you prepare and do it in a timely manner. Number 2, efficiency in movement. Efficiency in movement. Birds conserve energy by soaring on thermal current when possible, teaching us to find flow in our work and worship. You see, they look at the direction of the wind and they flow with the wind. They don't flow against the wind, because if they have to flow against the wind, they are going to conserve too much of energy. So they rather flow in the direction of the wind in order to so when they make little effort, the wind pushes them. It's like, fighting against the storm is very difficult. It's very going in the direction of against the storm is very difficult, but if you are going in the direction of the storm, it's so you have to know, again, it's a little bit similar to the first one. You have to know what is trending now that I can tap into. Okay, you sell stuff. Oh, this is Ramadan period. What would Muslim need that if I put in my shops, I'm going to sell? Instead of just stocking so many things, why not concentrate on 1, 2, 3 things that you can put in your shop that will sell at that period? Yeah, that will sell at that period. Oh, you are a taxi driver. Why going out when there is no people on the road? Why can't you go out when you are going to have a lot of demand? So you have, whatever you are doing, you have to know the best time that you can derive maximum benefit. You go with the flow. So you are not just going to be exacting unnecessary stress on yourself. That's another thing about birds. Number 3, community support. Community support. Allah said, so fighting. Birds, they flow in groups. They flow in rows. You know the hikmah in that. They said many birds fly in formation, in V formation that reduce drag for the entire group. The V formation of G's allows birds to fly 71% further than flying alone. So because of that V formation they have, it gives them more strength and energy that they can even travel 71% more than if they have to do it alone. Just think about it. You see all this big nawafil we did today. How many hours? 12:30 to 3, almost 3:30, almost 3 hours. Okay, let's say 2.5 hours. How many of us can stay inside in their house and pray nawafil for 2.5 hours without burning out? But you're able to do it because every other person in the mosque is doing it. So we derive that support from the community. This religion is a group religion. It's not a religion you practice in isolation. You're going to find it difficult. And that's why if you are going to live in a place, even in a non-Muslim country, don't go and rent a house far from the Muslim community where you won't be able to attend mosque. That is suicide. Spiritual suicide. Yes, spiritual suicide. You go and live in a place 30 minutes, 40 minutes away from the masjid. Spiritual suicide. How are you going to train yourself? How are you going to train your children to pray? How are you going to bring them? So you need to live close to where the Muslims are living so that you will be encouraged to pray and practice your religion. And the same way, you shouldn't be praying alone as men normally. When you read Surah Al-Fatiha, what do? You say, Ihdina Surat al-Mustaqim. You don't say, Ihdina Surat al-Mustaqim. You say, oh Allah, guide us to the straight path, because you are expected to pray behind the Imam, leading you in Salah. So even from Surah Al-Fatiha tells you, you shouldn't pray alone. You should pray in group. You should pray in group. Maybe you don't understand what I'm saying. If it's not a Ramadan, how many of us can fast for 30 days or 29 days in a row? How many of us? Can you do that? But why are you able to do it in Ramadan? Because every other person is doing it. That is why doing something alone is usually more difficult compared to doing it when every other person is doing it. That is why you have to flow with the trend on good deeds, not on bad deeds. So this religion is a religion is a group faith. It's something you do with other people to make your life easy. You do with other people to make your life easy. Even if you want to study, you see, those who engage in what is it called? Productivity, they found out that those who have accountability partner, you know the meaning of accountability partner? Someone like a coach or somebody that checks on you to check about your progress in doing a particular project. So if you have an accountability partner that is checking on you, have you done this? Have you not done this? You have 70% more chance to be successful compared to someone who doesn't have an accountability partner. So if you want to study, it's better to study with someone so that both of you can give yourself moral boosts. So when you are tired, the other person is going to encourage you. When he's tired, the other person is going to encourage you. So in that way, you can go further than doing it alone. Because man by energy, man by nature, we are very weak. We are very weak. So if you are alone, one shaitan is with you. If you are two, the power of shaitan is reduced. If you are three, the more you are, the lesser the power and influence of shaitan on you. Yadullahi ala al-jama'ah. Allah's hand is upon the jama'ah. And that is why the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam prohibited that a person lives by themselves. You are just the one living alone. This is why people die in this country. 3 days, people don't know they are passed away until the other from their room comes out and is disturbing the community because they live by themselves. No, we are not allowed to do that in Sharia. Somebody has to live with you. Otherwise, you will be letting shaitan, giving shaitan power over yourself. So anything you want to do it with a group. If you want to study with a group. Even in research, if you are in academics, papers that were written by multiple authors are considered stronger compared to those that were written by a single author. They call peer-reviewed journal. They are strong. They are considered highest level of scholarship compared to what an individual does. You are going to be much more efficient. You may slow down. Being in the group may slow you down, but it will make you to travel further. And you will last because you are going to learn support from other people. You are going to learn support. So, can't you see that the birds, they move in? Can't you see that the birds, they move in rows? And what did Allah tell you in the Quran? Inna Allaha yuhibbul ladina yuqatiluna fi sabilihi saffa. Allah loves those who fight on His religion, on His path, in rows. كأنهم بنيان مرصوص, as if they are cemented building. And that is why even when we want to pray, we say, straighten your roll, sawu sufufakum, straighten your roll, do not allow gaps. So Islam is telling you, you need to cooperate. Even in business, if you want to be successful, you need to collaborate with others. Partnership business do better than sole proprietorship. And private limited company that has many partners, better than two. The more the ownership, the better. They become stronger. This is why big companies, even in the UK, they merge. Virgin and O2, they merge. Asda is trying to merge with, not Asda, Argos, merging with Sainsbury. Even multinational companies, they are merging because they know that when you merge, even look at NHS. So many hospitals, they merge, they become bigger trusts. In Birmingham, in Derby, for instance, and Burton-on-Trent. So Queen Hospital, Burton, and NHS Hospital, the Derby, they merge. They become University of Derby and Burton. In Birmingham, you have Good Hope Hospital, Solihull Hospital. Which one is in Greenley now? The one in Small Heath. 3 hospitals, big. They merge to become a single trust, so that they can conserve resources and manage the resources efficiently. So Islam is not an individualistic religion. It's a religion that is practiced in groups. That's why Islam always emphasizes Jama'ah, because with Jama'ah, you're stronger. Don't live by yourself. Don't do things alone. That's another lesson from birds. Adaptability. Birds adjust their wing shape and fly style based on their needs, whether for speed, distance, or maneuverability. This teaches us flexibility in our approaches to life challenges rather than rigid adherence to single methods. You see? So you see, when birds, if they want to fly up, there is a way they position their wing. If they want to come down, there is a way they do their wings. So they are flexible. No single method works all the time. You have to be flexible in dealing with situations. Sometimes one method is going to work. Sometimes that same method is not going to work at another time. Even if you have children, different children, the same method is not going to work for all of them. Some of them, you only need to talk to them. They do what you expect them to do. Some of them, they need discipline before they do what you have them to do. Some of them, you need to withdraw their toy before they do what they do. So no single method works. You have to study and assess the situation and see what works well, what works best for this person. What works best? So you have to study the situation and be adaptable. So life is not about one style. It's about different style. Sometimes you live your rights, you let it go. Not because you don't know what you are doing, but because you want to achieve something greater. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, at the Treaty of Hudaybiyah, they wanted to write his name. They wrote Muhammad Rasulullah. The Arabs said no, they don't want Muhammad Rasulullah. If they believe he was a messenger of Allah, they wouldn't have sent him out of Kaaba already. So call him Muhammad bin Abdullah. The rest said yes, clean it. Ali said, I would never use my hand to clean Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. No, none of the Sahaba can clean it. The messenger of Allah, he didn't know how to read. He didn't know what was written down. He said, okay, show me where it is written. So they showed him, he cleaned it himself. You don't want Rasulullah? No problem. I'm Muhammad, the son of Abdullah. He left it. He left it. Oh, they said he was not going to come into Kaaba this time. They have to come next year. Umar was like, what? How can we let them? How can we permit them, preventing us from going to Mecca when we are stronger? We are distant. He was very upset. The messenger of Allah said, calm down, Umar, calm down. Calm down. Umar went to meet Abu Bakr. He said, look at what the messenger of Allah is doing. He said, we cannot go. He is yielding to their demand. Are we not upon the truth? Abu Bakr said, yes, we are upon the truth. Are we not promised victory or the He said, yes. Well, why are we accepting all these demands they are looking for? He said, Abu Bakr said, just follow his guidance. Just follow the guidance of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So the Muslims went back, not taking any of their right. And as they were going back, Allah revealed to them, Inna fatahna laka fathan mubina. We have given you victory. What? Those who went back unable to perform Umrah, Allah is saying, we have given you victory. What sort of victory? The companions could not understand. Because from human calculation, it was a loss. You don't know what it means. Imagine you go to Saudi Arabia. Imagine you go to Saudi Arabia, and then at the border, they say, show us your passport. Oh, we don't accept this passport. You have to go out. You have to go back. You have already paid for flight. You have paid for visa. But they say you can't come in. So you go out, you go back home, unable to perform Umrah. And then somebody is telling you, don't worry, you have won. Be like, what? Won? What have I gained? I spent £700 to book a flight. I spent £700 to book a flight, £100 to get visa, and I'm unable to do that. You are telling me I have won. You must be crazy. Yes, that is exactly what happened to them. They were ready for Umrah, they were doing everything, but they couldn't go. The Messenger of Allah said, let's go home. And then Allah revealed the verse, Inna fatahna laka fathan mubina. We have given you a manifest victory. They couldn't understand. But it was later they now understood that it was actually a victory. Because by having that treaty, peace agreement with the Meccans, right? That we are going to pause fighting for 10 years or so. That allowed Islam to spread very fast. So places the Muslims couldn't go before to preach, they were able to go there, and Islam spread at a very fast rate to the extent that by the time they were going to come back the following year, according to the terms of agreement, the Meccans could not even match their numbers. The people that were coming, the number of people that were coming to perform Umrah is much more than the total population of Mecca, including men, children, and women. So the population was overwhelming. So that was when they realized, okay, it was actually a victory. So it was the Treaty of Hudaybiyah that was the main victory, not Fathu Makkah. Not Fathu Makkah. So it was Treaty of Hudaybiyah Allah called victory. And that was the starting point of the victory of Islam. Lesson. Don't demand for your right all the time. Sometimes you have to be patient. Leave your right. Not because you don't know what you are doing. Because that is what you need to do to calm the situation. That is what you need to do to calm the situation. So you have to wait till the time when you can fight back and win. When you can fight back and win. So you don't fight all the time. Sometimes you need to beg, even though you are upon the right. You are upon the truth, you need to beg. So life is about making compromises, give and take. Don't expect to win all the time. No, life is not like that. Sometimes you need to let go. Not because you don't know what you are doing, but because if you don't let go, if you don't step down, things are going to get out of hand. Things are going to get out of hand. So you need to learn patience. You need to be wise. You need to study the situation. You need to calculate. You need to calculate. You need to seek people's advice. What do you think I should do now? Sometimes if you fight back, you will gain, maybe you gain 50%. But if you are patient, your patience can make you win 80% or even 100%. But you need time to get it. Not at that time. Not at that time. So, أَوَلَمْ يَرَوْا إِلَى الطَّيْرِ فَوْقَهُمْ صَافَّاتٍ وَيَقْبِضْنَ مَا يُمْسِكُهُنَّ إِلَّا الرَّحْمَنُ إِنَّهُ بِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ بَصِيرٌ. Our time is much spent. I'm going to keep quiet now. Maybe tomorrow, inshallah, we'll carry on this verse. If anybody has got a question, you are free to ask, and then inshallah, we can answer whatever we can. Any question? So, Surah Al-Asr, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, wal-Asr, inna al-insana lafi khusr, illa alladhina amanu wa amilus salihat, wa tawassaw bil haqq wa tawassaw bis sabr. Subhanaka Allahumma bihamdik, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun, wa salamun ala al-mursalin, alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Assalamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.